Alright, so today I'm working on my 300ZX and I'm here at the junkyard trying to find some parts. Mostly interior stuff, but you never know. Maybe I'll get lucky and come up on a hatch or a bumper maybe. It's always interesting what you find here. It looks like it still has the engine. 350, I think. Ooh, it's a Hemi. I wonder if it's still in there. No, sir. All right, import section. There should be one around here somewhere. Ah, there it is. Ooh, looks pretty stripped. It's still got some black seats. They look pretty rough. Oh man, yeah, this thing is like picked clean. All right, well, it's got a black interior at least. Maybe there's some parts in here somewhere. Check the back here. Ooh, there we go. I think that's the top headliner trim piece I need. It's in pretty good condition too. These speaker grills look a little better than mine, but still not great though. I think I'll pass on these. Oh, and here is the cruise control thing, I think. It's already been removed. I'll take it. Hopefully it works. Oh, nice. Fuse block cover I need. Let's see what other goodies we have in here. It's like an Easter egg hunt, but with more broken glass and rusty parts. Could this be the vent that I need for the center dash? I think it is. All right, that's it. I think that's a pretty good haul, I'd say. All right, so today I want to get my touchscreen installed. I want to get my speakers wired up and basically finish up all of my wiring and electronics. So the first thing I want to do here is run some new speaker wires for the rear speakers. There's some popping noises coming from the current setup. And I know the factory Nissan stuff is complex. A lot of connections, preamps, whatever. I kind of just want to simplify everything and hopefully eliminate that problem. While we're on the topic here, it seems like one speaker is here, but the other one is missing. Which is kind of strange, but not only is the speaker missing, but this like bracket thing here, which looks almost like a little sub box with like a port. This whole bracket thing is missing, and there is some sort of popping coming from I guess this speaker. I was gonna say these speakers, but obviously it's gonna be this one right here. The speaker's been in the sun for years and years, so I'm sure it's blown out. You know, I would replace this with another like 3-inch speaker or whatever, but since I'm missing this port thing here, I'm not gonna bother trying to buy it. Instead, I'm gonna upgrade these two guys to 4x6s, which happen to be the perfect size for these cutouts here, while still keeping the factory look, you know. But obviously, I'm gonna have to figure out how to mount this guy in there. So I'm gonna give something a try. I actually got a 3D printer like a couple months ago, or I guess a month ago, and I think this might be the perfect thing to try and make some sort of bracket. You know, it's gonna be hidden, so it won't have to look too pretty. All right, I'm gonna pull this guy out of here, take some measurements, and then I'll hop on the CAD program and I'll see if I can design something. All right, so as you can tell, I got all the rear panels out of this thing. One other thing I did get set up is this little, can't really see it, I guess, because we're reflecting, a little reverse camera right here. And actually this wire was easy to run right through the stock location where this must be the license plate lights go. I kind of have it like quickly hooked up here, but here in a minute I'm gonna run my speaker wires as well as this reverse camera wire. Check this out. So we got our stereo hooked up. Got this sort of like aftermarket harness from that old stereo that was in here. I kind of just cut and reused this this harness here. Oop. Turn this guy on and put it in reverse. There you go. We got a reverse camera. All right, there it is. This thing looks awesome. The fitment is like perfect. I've had some mixed results trying to like convert to double DIN, you know, having little gaps, you know, top or bottom, but this one seems to fit just perfectly. The screen is just a little bit crooked. I think it's a little high on the left side, but I'm gonna have to pull this apart anyway when I do work on this console to swap to a manual. So I think I'm not gonna worry about it for now. Also, I realized that I'm missing like a set of vents here. I had to find these at the junkyard, but I didn't realize there's actually two sets. They're supposed to be these vertical ones and then some horizontal ones as well. You know, it doesn't look too bad, but there is something missing there, so I'll just have to try and find those again. They're very hard to find, and I feel like there's something missing here too. Like I see these little clips, so I suspect there's some sort of piece that's supposed to go up top. But for now, I think it looks pretty good. I got the speaker mounted in here. Not the most beautiful mounting job in the world, but it's all going to be hidden anyway, and I don't really care about that. All right, so there's the new speaker installed with these brackets I found online for like $20. Definitely a pretty good size increase. This guy's a 6.5 inch, and this one is, I don't know, maybe like a 2.5 or 3 inch. A lot smaller, as you can see. And I eliminated that big sort of kind of heavy box. I'm sure this thing sounded awesome back in the 90s, but I just want to go ahead and keep it simple and put a bigger speaker in there so I can get a little bit more bass out of this thing. So there was one thing I wanted to fix today on the 300ZX. So there's actually 3 ways to pop this trunk. One is the key right here, which does work, you know. All right, all good. There's the inside latch, which I think is like a pull up there. I don't remember if this one works. Oh yeah, that one does work too. All right, good. And then the other one is the remote popper, which I think is this button. There you go. And it does work to pop it open. However, it will not close again. And it's actually stuck like that. I have an idea why this is broken. Let me first pull off this plastic and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so it looks like there's 2 latch mechanisms here. Of course, this whole setup, which actually grabs onto the striker here, and there is some linkage or whatever. And then there is a power popper over here, and it looks like somebody tried to crimp the wire, like it broke, and they used some sort of like actual electrical wire crimping thing. Not exactly sure what happened here, but I did find a 96 300ZX, which had all of the power popper stuff. So I'm just gonna go ahead and replace all this, and I hope that that fixes it. You know, so now that I have this new power popper in front of me, it looks to me like somebody tried to install like an aftermarket power popper. And it's using this plug here, which should plug into this thing here. And I thought maybe mine wasn't a power popper and somebody tried to like add like an aftermarket one to it, but I do see, it's gonna be hard to tell, but I do, yeah, you can see it right there. I do see this power connector on mine. My best guess is that mine failed and somebody tried to add some sort of like weird aftermarket thing here, which doesn't work. Not really surprising considering how it's hooked up. So I'm gonna pull out all of this aftermarket junk and install this factory stuff back. Before I do that, I should make sure this guy works. So I'm gonna plug in the power connector here and see if it actually actuates. Actually, it turns out this is the power popper, and I do still hear it work, so I'm unsure what this one's even doing here. You know, now that I look at it, it's clear that there's no motor or anything here, so, you know, I think that this connection here is actually the sensor for the warning light that a door's open, which has been on now since I've owned this car. So I'm hoping that fixes that light problem. So now I'm even more confused as to how this thing got installed here. Maybe it has something to do with that alarm. But since I have all of this new stuff, and it does seem like mine's kind of, you know, it's a little bit stuck open. You can see this spring is nice and stretched out here. I'm just gonna go ahead and replace all of this stuff. I have a feeling like this is gonna fix all of my problems. All right. Perfect. Now the question is, does it stay latched? Yes. Awesome. Does the key still work? Good. And last but not least, yes. Awesome. I'll call that problem fixed.